SLI is in a strong bullish trend. It is attempting to retest the 52-week highs of around 5.39 it printed on the 16th of October. However, the extrapolation we have on this daily chart is saying that it may not happen. Currently unchanged in the pre-market session of today, the 12th of December. The extrapolation seems to be suggesting that it may begin the contraction anytime, maybe possibly from today, and that it may remain in effect up till the 14th of January. There's no guarantee that this is how it's going to turn out. The reverse could totally be the case. You may well continue to advance. Yesterday, the 11th, again, that 2.34. There's nothing that really stops it from advancing even towards this 52-week high. But based on what we have, and a contraction is expected to play out, and the 40-day moving average is also expected to keep rising to contract or moderate that contraction. Okay, as things stand right now, projections are saying 7.11, 8.71, 9.71. If you think of any upward projection, it has that potential to do so. If you have a look at its weekly chart, you'll see, I think it has the highs, its all-time high is actually higher than $5, I believe. Yes, this will probably be its all-time high, probably 11.51. Is that the case? This was as of the first 2021. It may or may not be its all-time high. Possibly it is its all-time high. So yeah, think of any upper projection up till $11 or thereabout, then it has that potential to do so, to get there. I mean, given that it has already done so before. On its 4-hour chart, what we have here is a distributive contraction expected to play out all the way towards the 19th of December. But before then, at least between now and the 16th, it might be a volatile one. The 40-period moving average is equally rising as well to moderate any attempt to contract. Here, the projections are saying 4.35, 4.45, 4.62, 5.25, 5.49, 5.65. It's not exactly, even though its volatility is very high here, it doesn't seem to be that much of a volatile stock. Maybe within a tight range, I think it might be. On its option speed, this is for the December series, December 19. Nothing here would really concern or get market makers active, not really. But if we come down to the January 16 series, they are leaning bullish here. We have this, especially the positions or open interest on the $5 and $7.5 strikes. Okay, so we have they are quite decent. So here, let's assume that this for instance is 13,180 open interests we have here. Let's assume that they are all sell to open positions, meaning that the people that, or the person people that are behind this open position, they were all sold to open. That means they shorted the calls. So market makers, for this position to be affected, I believe they will buy the options and then make it available for them to sell to open. And then when they do that, market makers will equally buy an equivalent amount of shares. Okay, they will now buy 1.318 million shares. Okay, so this may have already happened. So as the stock continues to advance towards $5, you may find out that the market makers may now have to sell. They may begin to sell their positions. Okay, so as to stay even, so that they don't get into trouble. And then by doing so, you may find out that when it's getting to such a level, you might actually begin to slow down a bit. But that may not be exactly what may happen. If they're not exactly that much. If these positions are not that heavy, they may not bother. But I don't exactly know what is heavy or not. But as you can imagine, if we are talking about open interest in the right around maybe 500,000. That surely will be a heavy will be heavy for market makers. It will be heavy for them. Especially when they're all stacked up, they will begin to take action, and it is at such a time that you may find out that in the midst of trying to balance and jostle and maintain their positions, you may find out that stock may begin to spike. You may find out that a gamma squeeze may begin to play out, even if there isn't any very high short interest, or even if there isn't any high short interest there. So the reverse is the case if the positions are were just bought to open and all that. So market makers, they have to remain neutral at all times. They have to remain neutral at all times. So the buy and the short, the buy the underlying stock, and the short, they keep on doing that. Sometimes it goes out of hand, and sometimes they're not the only ones operating. There could be some other imbalance from the broader market that can amplify some of these amplify the stock, and cause the stock to break out, and all of those things. But for now, I really don't think this is much of a position that will worry them as such. So we'll see how it all goes. Okay. In terms of fundamentals, 2 days ago, the company got into a $1.1 billion joint venture, okay, with I think 3 export credit agencies, including the U.S. Export-Import Bank and Export Finance Norway, have expressed an interest in providing debt financing for the project. Okay, they did not provide the name of the third. Okay, so the joint venture is for it's Smackover Lithium, a joint venture between Standard Lithium and Equinor, indicated on Tuesday the 10th that they had Tuesday the 9th, they had attracted more than $1 billion in financing from it for its Arkansas lithium project. Okay, so I think that's one of the key fundamentals we have there. Yeah, fresh. It's just the freshest of them all. Yeah. Lithium demand and prices are set to rise as energy storage grows and supply remains tight. Okay, that's another catalyst as well. The slow moving catalyst. When these sort of things might begin to play out is when the earnings disclosures are made public, and then probably even announcements surrounding them and all those kind of things, or the sentiments around some of these sort of things. So it's a subtle catalyst that is keeps on, it lays out, but when you find out there might be other catalysts on top of them that might make them get pronounced, and then you may find out that the stock may break out, and those kind of things, or gain momentum and all of those things. So the point I'm trying to make is that lithium demand and prices are set to rise. So if it has not had an immediate effect, at some point it will have an effect. So let's see how all of these things go, and thank you very much for watching this video.